So, you know.
You're doing all right. I can look on your wall behind you. I know those things. You're doing just fine, my man.
Is that what
You're
you
doing
splurged on
good.
when you got your first big check?
Did you buy? Yeah, what AR did you buy when you got your first big check, man?
The first big one,
Oh wow, okay. This is an exclusive here.
You gotta see
the
it.
Nikes,
Hmm.
the SR25.
Yeah. Oh, you got an SR-20. Oh wow. Is that a Nemo Arms or what is
No,
that? Who
no,
made?
that's just the SR25 from Nikes.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, nice armament.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, good
yeah.
stuff. That's what that's what Boone was zapping up people with that night. Those SR-25s are those are badass weapons, man. That's tricked out. That looks nice, man.
Yeah, heck yeah. But that's the first thing I got, and then I think the second thing that I got was I just bought some Nas and stuff. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, dude, and I got some Vipers from Photonis Defense, and yeah, you see how he says DJ says it nonchalantly. Those things ain't cheap either, man.
No, I
They
know.
got
That
me
I
in my
know.
pair,
I know
and
with Photonis being a sponsor, yeah.
yeah, they're aren't they fun though? Man, Nods
yeah,
are so fun. They're so fun, so
yeah.
fun.
But is that like a culture shock to other guys that you play with because they're from all over the country, in some cases out of the country? Like when you think of the first big check, guys probably splurge on like jewelry, a car. They're not thinking firearms.
Yeah. I think I'm like there's one other guy that's like me, and that's my dog sneezing in behind me. But there's one other guy like me. It's not a lot of us in the
Well, and
NFL.
I was going to ask you. I wanted to kind of go into that. Shit, sorry.
What's
Everybody,
going
we
on
got
here?
kicking stuff around. That's what we got. Professionalism here to the utmost, right here, because I'm stuck in my house. But I wanted to ask you about that because it is, you know, the way, and it shouldn't be this way because when I was growing up, it wasn't this way. When I used to watch Tony Dorsett or Roger Staubach, or even growing up before, you watched the Joe Montanas and the Jerry Rices. There was a lot of patriotism still in the NFL. I thought. I mean, that's why I enjoyed being around the football field and being with my dad and growing up around. Yeah, growing up, Jim McMahon. Jim McMahon was supposed to be this. You know, he was supposed to be the bad boy back in the day, and you know he's docile compared to a lot of these guys that are in the NFL now. And he was a wonderful. He was great to me as a kid growing up. But do you see that in the NFL, and or is it just a stereotype that professional sports aren't as patriotic as it once was, or that you know the 2A community isn't I don't know, isn't part of
Accepted or yeah.
accepted. Thank you, because yeah, you don't see a lot of people on Instagram that are in the professional sports like you see on your page, where they're out going and you know running lanes and learning how to shoot and training and playing with nods. I mean, is that I just don't know if that's a stereotype and that's just what we're supposed to see, or if that's actually accurate.
Uh, I think it's a lot of different things, right? I think it's guys care about what deals they can get from,
Sure. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, Nike or Adidas or what have you, right? I don't care about that. I don't that doesn't attract me. So I'm like I told Ian, I'm unapologetically me. So I'm gonna do what I want to do when I want to
Yeah.
do it, how I want to do it. I don't care if they tell me like you need to stop posting guns on your Instagram page or you're not gonna get any sponsors for this thing, or you need to stop posting guns because this company doesn't like it. I don't care. I don't care.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do it regardless.
That's awesome.
And
That's
another
awesome.
thing, another thing I think it is that how can I say this? Uh, Sports and politics, to me, a lot of people try to use sports and like to further an agenda,
Yeah,
right?
the military's like that too now. It's more like that than it ever was, and it shouldn't be like
Yeah,
that. The military's like that as well.
they're trying to push a certain agenda or certain narrative that that this three-letter league is this way or this three-letter
Yeah.
league is that way. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
yeah.
it's a lot of that going on. And then, like I said, it's not a lot of us. It's not a lot of guys that actually care about that red, white, and blue for real. It's not a lot.
And You do. I watch the sidelines, and I'll follow you. And there are many. There's more than there used to be. I'll say that it has improved than back when the kneeling was going and all that. And I don't want to get into that, but seeing a guy stand there with his hand over his heart as attention, you do it. I see the picture. It's awesome. You post pictures of it. You don't see guys doing that, and that is, to me, is amazing. That takes a lot of guts where you're at, and it's again. I think it's better than it once was, but it's still not to that point, and it's shameful because when we're overseas and we're deployed, what reminds us of home is turning the TV on at 2 a.m. in the morning on AFN and watching football. We don't want politics. We don't. I'm not saying you can't have politics if you play sports, and you can't have politics if you're in the military. But don't bring it to the living room because it's supposed to bring people together. I'm telling you, the NFL at that time, like, guys, why are you doing that? Because now you're taking home away from us when we're away, and that's because it's not even the game. I'm not a Bears fan, but I'll watch the Bears all night overseas because it reminds me of sitting in my living room. And that's the shame of it all, is that politics, those ideologies have taken that away, and it's taken some of the good memories of I have overseas, watching with my boys in Kandahar. Sitting in Kandahar and watching a football game with the boys after coming back from an op just to feel normal. But that's kind of taken away from us because that memory is kind of sullied now, because now it's the NFL has to take a side where it's like, nah, you don't take any side. The side is America's side. Just you're making people happy just by having the game on. You're reminding me of sitting with my father. You're reminding me of sitting with the guys overseas, and when they have the political agenda on it, it takes that great memory away. And I have great memories of being overseas. And you're getting up this morning. It's 2 a.m., man. The football game's on. Shit, man. All right, let's get up and watch it. And we'll get up and watch the game, and then go back to bed for a couple hours, and then we'll put the gear on and we'll go out. But that's what motivates us to keep us going. And I think a lot in the NFL, especially up top, they don't see that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad people like yourself do, because that's what's bringing it back, is like yourself. But
and I think
anyway, that's my soapbox, bro. That's my soapbox.
No, I'm agreeing with you, bro. I think when I hear that, like, I'm doing my job. You know what I mean? Like, for me, like, you know how you say, like, when you were overseas and you could watch a game, like, if you see me with my hand over my heart, and you can't really hear me saying I appreciate you, but when you see me put my hand over my heart, you know that I appreciate you. I appreciate you sitting in whatever freaking place you're sitting in right now, dealing with whatever you're dealing with. Like, I appreciate that.
And that's what we feel. Man, that's awesome, because that's what we feel. That's exactly what we feel when the Star Spangled Banner's playing, and you see a row of football players in their uniforms, and it looks like a military. It does. It's like military. It reminds you, sitting in uniforms, and they're all like this at attention, and they don't even be at attention, just paying attention to the flag. And because I can't say every time the Stars and Stripes played when I was playing ball in my uniform that I was at attention, but I was always like this. And it does mean that. It's like, oh, this is why we're here, because the colors and the atmosphere, and that's America. And I don't want to take it away.
God, dang, the flyover was crazy this past weekend. It was nice. We were in Miami. Our flyover was nice. It was.
What did you have this weekend? What was going on? What was it for?
They just did a flyover, man. It was sick. It was sick. I told my buddy, like, while the anthem was playing, I'm like, bro, I could hear the planes coming. He's like, how can you even hear that? Just give it a couple seconds, bro. They're gonna fly over. Watch this, and they come forward and pass.
That is cool. Yeah,
it's so cool to hear the appreciation for it too, because I spoke about this with Rain Waters, who's a pilot on the show. And obviously, I'm not trying to pit you against other people who work for the NFL, because I don't even remember off the top of my head who the commentator was. But, like, you probably remember a couple of years ago, there was a commentator caught on a hot mic saying, "Those are your tax dollars hard at work as the flyover happened." And it's just like, I mean, it is something that should be appreciated.
No doubt. No doubt. I'll pay taxes for that anytime.
Yeah. Thanks for checking out Battle Line Podcast. This is just a smaller clip from our latest episode, which you can check out in its entirety by clicking here. While you're watching, be sure to hit the subscribe button and thumbs up the video to show your support. Now, if you'd really like to help us out, click the thanks button below to make a donation. It goes directly to us in keeping Battle Line Podcast going for you.